So Warren here and architect Evan is here.
I live up there.
Architect Evan.
Good morning.
How
Hi.
Yeah, so this is as I said about the site.
So this one.
Pretty level, that's the 20.8 by 14.7.
Wait,
Yeah. So when you see that facade, visualising it, you've got the double width carport in there, up in there, water tank back corner.
Yeah.
I said everything will come down, bar the three walls and all the concrete driveways, all the levels will have to be changed and everything like that.
So everything will be demolished.
Yeah, everything.
I think you have something floor plan that you have been
Yeah.
dubbed.
Yeah. We'll come off to my place, I'll show you.
Okay, I think
Can we look around
Have a
for
look
a
around,
little?
yeah, certainly, yeah.
kinanam ta asbel tani ko ba?
Demolition permit ko eh.
Oh.
O sa asbel.
The demolition permit, one of the requirements is the as-built plan.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to check with Danny, but that's probably one.
the old building permit.
The old building permit,
Yeah.
probably not likely to have that.
Huh?
Not likely to have that, yeah.
Maybe we will go to the office of the building officials. We will ask this one.
Then what they will require us is the picture of the existing
Yeah,
and then the permit.
The permit.
Okay.
We will apply first for the demolition.
okay,
Yeah, demolition permit.
yeah. So I'd say, I'm not sure, I talked to the engineers up here the other week.
Yes, and Engineer Kirby.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the septic tank is. I
Yeah.
have no idea. I suspect it might be under, but there's no, I can't find the link.
Maluk. We can locate that one. There's a manhole. I know.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find. Like I said, there's looks like a little patch in down there.
That's catch basin.
All these around the place are all stormwater. Everywhere there's a downpipe, there's a little lid.
It's a catch
For
basin.
that one for stormwater, but I don't know where the septic comes out.
We usually it's in the car. No, usually ko hindi man sa garage.
Carport.
Yeah.
Usually.
Nothing in the middle.
Nothing in the middle.
No.
I only saw patch basin. Don't break.
Yes. Everywhere there's downpipes, there's covered, but I don't know anywhere else that there's literally room for the septic other than the carport.
So we can do a new septic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably will have to, yeah.
Okay. We just turn around.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's nothing. Maybe this one here. This one, no?
Maybe. Yeah.
What's this? Storage?
Storage shed, tool shed.
Is this one? Oh,
This was just to put my tools in.
you own this one?
Yeah. And it's like my stuff, the table saw and drop saws and forgot all like that.
That's nice.
My tools.
The builder in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the stuff in there.
He will teach our manpower.
Nice. Nice.
You gotta have the right tool for the right job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Makes it easier, quicker, and better quality.
Yes.
I like this one. Okay.
Yeah.
It's simple but organized.
Yeah. Or it's untidy. It used to be a lot more organized. So we've got all the tools, all the jigs here and long squares and track
Yeah.
saws and everything. Yeah, so
No borrowing.
nope.
I think maybe this one is the
Yeah. Possibly, there's
Possibly.
possibly. We'll think of where the septic might be. Yeah, I always said to me, mate. Yeah. So
although it can reflect on the plan, but
We wouldn't have the
we
plan
will
on it.
no we will do the actual. So it doesn't matter what's in the plan. What's matter is the picture of the house here and then the permit of the old permit.
Yeah.
So that's one of the requirements for the demolition permit. Okay?
All right. All right. Yeah, look there. I'll go and show you my sketches and everything up the room.
Yeah. Okay.
Nanamig ko na ni architect.
So when we explain the floor plan and stuff, you get a visualization of
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I just told him about a little bit what we discussed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I got some stuff to show you.
Sir, thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, this is my mate Danny. He's the one that owns the resort. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you own this one? Oh,
Yeah.
it's a nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll show you before you come. This is that. There was no doorways between. They were just like studios. Old, concrete kitchens, design standards. Granite top and wood, plywood doors.
Yeah.
And stuff. None of that. So sorry. I did that kitchen first. That was it was old school.
You did this.
I had a guy do the kitchens and stuff. I did a guy come in and do this kitchen, which was just this one first. And it was still just the old single room. I was here on my own. Then the second thing I did the same, I do the bathroom renovation. And it was still the same. Then after the bathroom, I had some guys who laboured with demolition stuff, but all the kitchen and the rest of the work I did myself. So
You alone?
yeah.
Oh.
So so I did like everything. This wall wasn't here, so the only walls that existed for the original are the 3 walls of the bathroom, which are a hollow block,
Okay, yeah.
and the wall between these 2 bedrooms. So this wall wasn't here. Everything from here through to the dividing wall was knocked out. So there's a column here where I didn't know exactly where it was when we do it. Ceilings weren't level when you come through, so I had to put a bulkhead through there. And all this, the wall between the kids' room here, I had to knock out the bathroom because every room was the same. So that was a hollow block bathroom. That was a bathroom there.
So you
Knocked all that out. So all this is metal stud and track and drywall. All that doorway, this wall through here, the bulkheads through there, the mid wall on the end there, that's all stud and track drywall. The TV niche is all drywall, which I did all myself.
Nice.
I did all I laid all the floor, did all the trim work, hang the doors, all that.
So architect, you know the standard,
Oh.
right? So you play band, sir?
Yeah, so you look, that's the finish. That's the finish we're talking about. So
Yeah.
That's all that is drywall, plaster the joints, paint.
Okay.
No skin coats, no.
No.
Just set the joints, paint.
It's a gypsum board.
Gypsum board.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all that's been set up there with metal corners in it. So setting all those. That's the original render. That's drywall with stud track joining in there.
Yeah.
And you look everywhere. This is five years, maybe more than 5 years, or just around 5 years ago. There's not a single crack anywhere.
Yeah, that's gypsum.
Gypsum, yeah.
So the one that the ceiling is in textured?
Original ceiling. Underneath this floor is the original. There's tiles, the old original tiles. We went over the top of that.
Yeah.
So this is SPC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we did the same.
So amazed you did it alone.
With baseboards around through there and architrave trims onto all the doors. So that's more like Australian style. So with an architrave, you look at that's what I was saying about the doors. So I did all these with metal stuff up. That's timber door jambs.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was saying about nicely fitted timber door jambs with the hinges all flushed in.
Pulido kayo.
Door jam.
Parehas sa hunta. Same as our work there in the
And then,
Pasalian.
and then you look when closing, it's like
Yeah.
so that the line, and you look the gaps on this side. Yeah, so you come in here, come inside, you see rigid top quality. When you see Filipino doors,
Yeah.
and the gaps,
Same.
look
Yeah.
the gaps.
That should be the same. Yeah.
What material is one?
That's flush panel door. That's their hollow door masonite cover. It's actually you buy these at City Hardware.
Okay. How about
They're Australian companies. All this was bought at City Hardware.
City Hardware.
Jams, timber work.
Kindray na mo siya? No, Kindray. Is already Kindray.
Yeah.
Kung ang spaces ba? Pantay yun tanan bitaw.
Yes, so-
Yeah.
Anggap.
So all the timber work through there and just painted up. Yeah. And it's
This one is a
that's all the furniture. There's IKEA wardrobe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all the.
I like this one.
Yeah. See, and that's all.
So, kung yun siya ko, oh, zero yun siya ba?
Yeah.
Dito.
Why?
No air.
Yeah. But that's when the kitchen company did this. So I square set all these. So these are all set and all plasterboard alcove before the kitchen company come. And they put fillers in. I was trying not to get away with to maximise space. And then they had to come up there. They had a little level like this and put on. Goes, oh, it's not level. So I said, it's exactly level. I said, your level's not level. So he didn't have that chance. Check it out and put a straight edge on it with the proper level. I said, it's perfectly straight, perfectly plumbed. So now when you put the kitchen in, we plumb it up. Look at his mouldings, exactly parallel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuntunado yung
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's
How long have you been finished the
about 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah, so you look, that's the finish. That's
And how many which days you took in the
the drywall stuff only took. Well, I was doing a couple of afternoons and a couple of weekends.
so you can
Literally, he
was living-
do it in his own, DIY.
I was living in here while we were doing it. So Justin trying to work during this and that good stuff, and then getting the bits of it. And it was
No
like,
help with the Filipinos.
I had to Philippine when we did the demolition. So when we
Okay.
knocked out the wall.
demolition.
Yeah, and then I had one of the maintenance guys who were here at the time. He liked painting. I helped him do the majority of the painting. He helped me lay the floor. I did all the floor laying out, and as I said, we had to do the floor because you can see how many alcoves it goes into the second bedroom over there. The step by step, we had half the house here and half the house was sort of half finished here. That was all gutted over there.
Yeah.
So we had to move all the furniture, lay the floor there, and move every furniture and that, bring the floor that way. But literally, it only took 2 days to lay the entire floor.
Yeah.
And everything was measured out so that I had no skinny cuts or half cuts. It was like distance from there to there, from there to the front wall, from there to this wall, width to this way. We mapped it all out
We
first.
call that zero.
Yeah.
There's no zero.
Yeah, we laid, when we got to this part, I think we were starting when we come from the back wall through there, we laid all the entire floor in this area from there all the way to the front, from about 8 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. With me and another guy cleaning up and handing boards, but I was cutting it and putting it in place.
You just help.
Just help out.
I help her.
Yeah, it's not hard. And I'm 61 years old.
Wow.
Oh, but your wife, how old is she?
32.
Ah, that's
That makes you younger.
you still have chance.
This is the style with it's fitted. It's why the metal stone track, not render on hollow block.
Yeah.
So you look at the original walls. So these dividing wall, these are the original render hollow walls. You see the skimming parts. We think that's drywall, but in the other bit, you got little bits of and stuff like that, and they're bumpy and
There's a wave of that.
you just take all that's drywall through there, drywall to there, and all that. Even with black paint, look at that. That's just you can't even see. And that's it. Puts that. Everything's perfectly all set in the corners through there. A couple of days work.
Yeah, maybe soon a lot of our customers will come.
Well, it's a thing. I believe it's so much. Like I said, even the cost of the material. When I bought the material for the metal stud and track and the drywall from Kabaiko down in Kabaiko down there.
Yeah.
So all the metal stud and track and all the plasterboard to do all that wall through there, all the bulkheads through there, all the framework through there, and all the framework for that was about 20,000 pesos.
Okay.
So you do all that. You imagine how much that would cost to build all that hollow block and render it, and how long it would take in labour and material. It's less than half the price.
That's correct.
And better finish.
Yeah.
And 4 times quicker.
Sa Kabiko's owner, kaila ka?
Hindi ba yun?
Yeah, okay.
We know the owner.
Yeah, but they didn't get all this stuff at, they do all the ball stuff at BME. That's where you get all the BME ball stuff.
But BME is very slow in logistics.
Yeah,
delivery.
Yeah, I know of them and I've been there a couple of times, but I've never really bought from them because I just trucked it out of other suppliers. But I've got material here. All the flooring I got from a lot of stuff from City Hardware and Woolcom. So the flooring was at City Hardware. They were really good.
Yeah.
They didn't have enough stock because they needed about 60 boxes of it and stuff, and they ordered it from their DeVal store and shipped it up, and 4 days later I had it. You know, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had all these timber moulds, so they only come in 8 foot lengths. We had to join a fair few, but you know, they're only a couple of hundred pesos each. Pine, just wood. Just glued them on and put some concrete nails into the wall, and with construction adhesive.
Okay.
None of them cracked. They're not moving.
Yeah.
So this is your office.
Yeah.
Can I show? Can I see the? How much is one?
So nice.
Because the spreadsheets, when you know the timeline, the schedule.
Yeah, no,
It came out.
I think I paid at the time about 55,000. Yeah,
I'm not sure. No. When you do the spreadsheets, there's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's nice.
so okay.
That's a job I'm working on at the moment, doing the bill of quantities. So
Oh.
bill of materials on that. So that's the house.
That's in Australia.
That's the house in Australia.
Oh,
We're doing that one.
so we are now be careful.
Yeah.
So nice one.
See, we're talking about the plans. You know, this is the size plans where we're doing timber frame walls. That's all timber frame walls. And then you've got on the ground floor, you've got you've got brick veneer wall. So that's brick. We equivalent, replace that brick with a cavity.
Yeah.
And then the timber frame wall. But we just do the similar construction. So we replace the brick there with the light panels in type of construction.
It's plan shift, so
Yeah.
this one we've been using that one.
Okay.
So Engineer Kirby will
Yeah.
is expert in this one,
Yeah. So we do like.
but ours is not licensed.
Yeah, I do. I said I.
But this one, sir, made by your architect in Australia, or
Yeah. So the architect does all this. The building company in Australia sell them, build them, and I contract out to do the bill of quantities. So that's my software to do the bill of quantities. That's the database.
so you're the builder there.
No. The other build, I contract to them just to do the estimating.
Estimate na yung
Estimate, you estimate.
So they send the plan to him, and then
They send the plan, the specifications, all the includes the engineering, all the detail, and I use all my software to do the
So
bill of materials.
you mean in just an online?
Yeah, and then I send them the bill of materials once I finish all this. So we go through here, if I look at other jobs.
That's where senior.
So that's get a bill of materials in here, so when you're looking at the brickwork, you've got all the cost centers here. There's orders for all the.
I have an estimator, and then you just what do you call that one? Leave because she has an offer.
Yeah.
Plan shift that online is estimating.
Yeah.
Just like this.
Just like this.
Yeah.
Then I think it's much better good price estimator compared to the here local.
I sell plan shift licenses as well, and also I build estimating systems for Australian building companies using Plan Swift and the data build software. I build them. So
you build you mean
software,
the software.
the software.
Yeah, the software. So when we build recipe-based systems, so when we build, I build these templates. So we have all these templates set up with all the materials and stuff in elements and stuff with all these codes for this software. When we measure, so I measure.
amazing.
Yeah.
You just build your
Well, I use an example like that one. So we're talking about this house with all the engineering, so piering, concrete slab construction, all the other stuff, structural steel, every piece of material like the floorings, the carpets, the doors, the handles, the bars, the PCs, the plumbing, the electrical, everything about it.
You do estimate.
So you get an entire bill of quantities for every bit of material and labour for the entire job.
Yeah.
And this house is like 1.3 million Australian dollars. So that's about 60 million pesos, just the construction cost of the house.
Okay.
60 million pesos. And I could do the entire bill of quantities in about 5 or 6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours. 5 or 6
You
hours.
also the combination of plan shift and then AI.
No,
No.
I build it all myself.
Balik kumbaga mano-mano yun.
I'm starting to use a little bit now, but all the main stuff I've built myself.
But there's an for example in Inkscape or kaya sa SketchUp, then if they are labeled that correctly,
Yeah.
and then the AI can do the similar as a plan shift that guy.
Yeah, but the problem is the people who do draw the plans and all that sort of stuff, and they're hopeless. They've got no idea how to build, so the plan's never right. You can't get accurate information out of it. So when we go through doing the estimate, we've got to interpret that, and we go details missing, construction notes here, that doesn't work, that doesn't work there, and do it correctly to get the right materials.
Yeah,
and
no.
labor out. So, yeah.
It makes a long, very
That's
long.
why it takes. I
takes
can,
a-
in smaller houses, they do what the double-story houses they do in Australia. So if I can do a bill of materials in 2 hours,
Wow.
Okay.
from
Because
scratch.
of your
because of the
program.
systems I built.
Yeah,
System
it's a very good that you showed that to me because I can explain to Engineer Kirby that be careful because our owner is.
You can check it.
I've been building houses for, what am I now, 61 to 46, 40, 40,
plus years.
or 40, 80, is that,
See, almost.
yeah, about 40, yeah, 46 years, so since I was 15. 16
Wow,
years,
15.
16 years old. I
Wow,
started,
so young.
started work when I was 16.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, we'll just jump in here.
Okay. Did that okay?
Yeah. Windows, yeah, they've got windows in there. Window above the bench, bigger window, sliding door, window in the ensuite, highlight window up here in the bedroom, some windows on the front like that, double theirs, entry door in here, entry door through here, because stairs will be coming up here, you'll see on the first floor.
excuse me.
Yeah, well, the only thing I'm just concerned about when I'm doing this layout is the different construction techniques because of what we're talking about with the foundations and the piers.
Yeah.
Let me get my wheel up so I can just give an example. So I think some of this stuff we can get.
Ay, mag-record ka kaya? No. Para.
Okay, sige. Namalimtan ba?
Because if we get like the width from there to there is about 8.2 meters. So centre span through there, you're looking about 4.1 through there. You've got a centre span through there. This dividing wall between the entry hallway through here in the living room is going to be where the TV is going to go. Sofa up here, facing this way.
Yeah.
So if we can put a column in through here to span this, span this way, span that way, to get in at least 4.2, 4.3 type spans max. So we're not exceeding 4.5 metre spans.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to avoid, because I think we can get beams and stuff, or even if we're looking to get some steel beams in there to support the clear spans through here without having big concrete beams underneath. We can build in some universal beams in there to take the bond deck loads and then pour the concrete slab over the top.
Yeah. We will use steel beams.
If need be, yeah.
It can be possible.
Yeah. It might be even quicker and cheaper than forming up and pouring all the concrete. So
about the availability?
and because we're doing the light panel with the cavity and the timber and the steel frame, where we position those, like I was saying about doing the that's fine. So where we're talking about on the slab of doing 400 by 250 instead of the 350 by square piers, so reinforcing the piers going up in the thickness of the wall, 250 thick, which will be 4 inches, 100 millimeter of light panel. There'd be 90 millimeters of stud. So that gives us 190, and we've got 40 millimeters in there. That where we're running the electrical conduits and power piping and all that stuff.
So 250 is the
overall thickness from the outside to the inside, and then we'll put the plasterboard on top of that.
Okay.
Yeah, the drywall on top of that. Yeah.
So the method that we're going to use on the wall is still a brick or a hollow block?
No, light panel, like a
Light panel.
aerated concrete panel with the polymer coatings on it. Those 2.4 by 600 wide
AAC.
AAC panels, with a finish coat on the top there.
Okay.
So that's the idea running through that. They can finish flush to the outside where the beams are. We can skim those, skim the joints, and then just texture coat that one you saw on the Castellan out the front. That texture coat on that.
Yeah, texture coat.
Straight on the top. So no render, just skimming. We do nice form finish.
Yeah.
Off that, skim the joints, and then texture coat the whole thing.
Textured in the exterior.
Exterior, yeah. And the interior will be the paint finish like this with,
Yeah.
with the plasterboard. Square ceilings, all that. Imagine that's the old original ceiling, plywood or whatever it is, but big drywall through there. And I'm looking at trying to do. There's a Boral product called P50 angle. So where you do like metal angles and so you would have your walls up through there, and then your ceiling line would go across through here. So your plasterboard ceiling would go across through there, and then you put an angle through there, which is a shadow line angle, and you plaster this external corner so it creates a shadow line groove in the wall, which painted in around the perimeters of the room.
You don't want the cove light.
Yeah.
No
light, no cornice.
Yeah, those coffered ceilings with the step ups and the dark wood in the middle, lights in the back. And
They do shadow light.
just a shadow line around the perimeter, flat ceiling, down.
What would be your preferred dimension of the shadow line?
The shadow line, that angle that comes in there, it sets the distance. It's only about half an inch or so like that. It's literally that piece that goes in there
the availability
is
of
a metal. Well, I remember 15 years ago when I was going to build my house on the golf course, I was talking to the guys at Kabaiga. They had the Boral rep come in from Cebu, and I spoke to him and all sorts of stuff and talked about the products, and he says, we can get it. We can import it in, or we can get it and ship it down from Cebu. So that was 15 years ago. So I'm sure we'll be able to get it somewhere, or you'll be able to get it in Manila. I've seen it in hotels in Manila, and you'll be able to get it, or somehow we can come up with something and figure it out and get it shipped down and stuff there. So because there's other things in Manila like the stone and stuff like that. So the product service shipped down. But there's the fridges and the cookers and everything is in Manila has to be shipped down.
What we usually use here is the wall angle.
Yeah.
Just to create the shadow line, we use a wall angle of the.
But this one, this has got. It's like the wall angle, the metal wall angle for the. This is what I use on the external corners here.
Yeah.
But it's got a flat piece of metal there and a flat piece of metal there, and it's got the little. When you look at it in detail, so it comes across there, has that little ball on it, which is set to, and then it goes up on that square there and square there, and that's got the perforations in it, and you stick that to the sheet of gyprock sits in through there. And then you set that joint through there, and then that creates the shadow line to the wall, and that's just painted in because that's the steel.
Yeah.
So when you do the angle, you've got to have a gap, or you've got to paint something else in. It could be done with the angle, but it's just more time consuming.
Yeah,
if you get more layers, you can get them.
So where's the lights there?
Well, all the lights will be similar. This board, I'll just have small, like the down lights over my desk, which will be just a small, 90mm LED down lights.
Okay.
There will be no lights on the shadow lane.
No. They'll just be lights through, lights.
No more lights.
Lights through
No more
here,
lights?
lights through here, pendant lights, like this sort of pendant lights over the bench.
So kuan lang siya, reflect. Kuan lang siya.
Down lights through
Isa man
there.
siya, mo reflect lang siya.
So down.
Lang yun. Mura lang yung on our own dialect. Mura lang siya kanal sa sides.
But there's no light.
There's no light. Only just an inch or half inch wide of the shadow line.
Yeah, that's only about 15mm gap. That gap through there.
Yeah.
So you're only talking about.
Kamay lang.
May lang.
You're only talking about a gap of around, just over half inch around the perimeter. Just creates that separation, and then if there's any movement, that's just that's
okay.
against there.
There's no crack.
You don't see it. You don't see it because
Okay.
the suspended ceiling, which is going to be on the metal grid for the drywall for the plasterboard, you can literally put the plasterboard sheets up, build your walls a little bit higher so they're braced to the underside of the slab. On the top, build the walls a bit higher, right? So all these walls of the stud and track can go up to 3 because you buy your studs in 3 metre lengths. But your walls are only going to go to 2.6 with the plasterboard. So you just put all your drywall up a little bit higher. Run your level line around the wall, put your wall angle on, and then level your metal ceiling grid to it, and then stick your drywall up to the top of it and put the angle around the stuff, and so you got that little gap, and if there's any movement today, you don't see, there's no cracking.
So all the walls that will reach up to the ceiling will have a shadow lane.
Yeah.
To prevent the leak, and not to prevent the leak, but not to see.
Not
to make the leak visible. Yeah.
If there is, but they said I've done this here with gap filler and painted it in even with the plaster and stuff like that. It's still pretty good, but it's more for visual effect as well. And it's more commercial looking. So that's the ground floor set up there. This ensuite here is going to be 1.5 metres wide instead of. So where we've got this wall in through here, the bedroom entry door, there'll be a double thickness wall in through this stone track. So that'll be a hidden stack drainage. So when we talk about the first floor,
Drainage. Yeah.
so when we talk about the first floor, this is the daughter's bedroom, 3 bedrooms upstairs, TV area. That bathroom's over the top of that bathroom, so the drainage for that one will come down and go in, and it will meet up in a hidden stack drainage.
What that would be like a pipe chase.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just in the slab. So we put a pipe in there, and all the drainage that's going to go through the slab underneath the drainage for that, and then connect into that, and then this one will connect out to there, and then out to the septic.
So, tanan pipes diya ipali. All the pipes.
Yeah. So,
Pipes from the second floor CR.
yeah, except this one. So there's another there's a CR through here. So that's a shower bathroom, and there's another CR. So that one will come out through here.
Yeah, at the back.
This one will come out through here. This one will come out through here, and we'll join all these up, run them around, pick up the kitchen as well out through there, and then into the septic.
Yeah.
Through that one. So, but as I said, if we need bulkhead through there, because I can then run a bulkhead through here, because I need to run a bulkhead to put the TV wall in through there and all that sort of stuff. So that can be a bulkhead and be like 2.2, 2.3 ceiling height to the bulkhead, because when we overlay this one, if you're looking at that one, that wall there, the edge of that wall, which is the balustrade of the upstairs stores, the balustrade will be round through here, open void down to the ground floor.
Yeah.
The stairs will be coming up from this end, up there, up into the TV area. When we get to this, so that'll be like a metre by metre landing in through there, and then the steps coming down. When we get the steps into there, it needs those 3 risers coming into that. On my calculation, based on the riser length through there to get from floor to floor, is just that first part's going to be about 2.35 high.
Okay.
That means that it's going to be a little bit below the ceiling level. So, but if I put a 300 deep bulkhead through there, I can hide the first step, and I'll look at a flat ceiling in the living room downstairs. And hide the first step, so that slab can be poured around through there into that room onto there. And then, when we put the steps in, we can hide the first recess, and then the second step will be in the floor space of the ceiling and floor. So we can hide all that. So little details like that. So you can see how much thought I put into this. So doing that. So that's the ground floor, 2 floors. That's what I'm looking at. We can build. So we can build these whether different directions based on so 400 by 200s in here, around the perimeter, columns through there, some steel beams to break down the spans, and then on deck the concrete slab over the top.
We'll use steel deck.
Yeah, steel deck and porous slab. So, and we'll need, so if we go like 4.5 mil span and stuff like that, back prop it, probably put in about a 140 thick, 140 millimeter thick slab reinforcement, 150, something like that. We'll get engineer will work all that out.
We will have to have the engineer compute it. Structural analysis, the thickness of the slab.
Yeah, based on the spans and the loads, because pretty much it's only going to be the perimeter walls on top of the perimeter walls here, and we've really only got the dead load material and the live loads coming through there as well. Okay. So that's not complicated. So these is pretty much this first floor. You can see that lines up with that one. Sits on that corner through there, over to that corner, over to that corner, over that corner, sits over the top of that. That protrudes outside, and then so when we look down on that, that's going to be the roof over the outdoor alfresco wing, which will be falling to that way, gutter across the back here.
What will be your preferred roofing? GI sheets for this?
Just like the pads we did over this stuff.
Shingles?
It's GI sheets.
Yeah, so this one. Because you're not going to see it.
Rib type.
Yeah.
Rib type GI sheets.
Rib type.
Yeah.
Also, the rib type is preparation sa solar ba?
Yeah. So then we've got wardrobe in here. So this is all these walls in here, all the internal walls in through here will be all metal stud and trap like here.
Okay.
So that's all. So pretty much the beams of these same 400 by 250 will go up for the perimeter around there, because then that's only going to be the perimeter, because you've only got the roof load sitting on that, and the trusses will tie that all in together. So we don't need any loads coming through here. Then the walls can just go up to the underside of the trusses, brace all them, and then we can just drywall everything in. So this will be a built-in robe for that one. So there, a linen cupboard, doors on that one facing the hallway, entry door in there, and another robe going into that bedroom there, and a bathroom shared up there, and a separate WC over here with basin, toilet.
May I ask what is robe?
A wardrobe, like a wardrobe.
Ah, wardrobe.
So in Australia where we do them, instead of putting them in after, I'm going to put one in here after the fact and one in mine, because I've already got one here. But we do it in a simple way. So that will be all the metal stud and trap in wall frame like we do there. And then we have an opening through here, and we put the timber reveals in there and make a frame up, the architrave around the frame. Put some either sliding doors or some hinge doors on them, and put the shelf or drawers or whatever you want inside the wardrobe. So it's so
robe is another word for cabinet.
Or wardrobe. It's short for wardrobe. Short for wardrobe. That's the floor plan layouts. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, offsets need to move. And the key factors, like I said, is about this distance here to give us some landscaping and some where we're sitting outdoors and barbecuing and that sort of stuff. Some grassing through here and the outdoors, and it gives us a sense of space around here. Entry through here, and the carport will be spaced. That'll be like we said with the polylite, the polycarbonate roofing metal frame all down that carport. When you see the party wall, the boundary wall running down through there, this will be all concrete lit up to there. There'll be another small roof over this side. So when we look at the other one, there'll be a small roof over this one here, which again will be the same as that. Just put some barge around there and a gutter across the back, and that can be a little bit above the height of that, so it can be that can be taller, because it's only going to go against the side wall of the house here, and that can just run down through there to a gutter across here, pick up the stormwater as well that way. That's pretty straightforward.
What would be your ideal height from floor to floor, ground floor to second floor?
Well, so my floor height preferred is, so senior here is like 2.6. So I'm comfortable with that. So the ground floor here will be 2.6.
2.6.
So 2.6 from floor level to ceiling. And then 2.6 up here.
Okay.
So like there. And then whatever we can get away with between the floor and the ceiling for structural elements, drainage and all that sort of stuff. I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere between it's going to be somewhere between 400 and 500.
Okay.
We're going to need somewhere between 400 and 500 to get between ceiling level, because a suspended ceiling. That's why I'm hoping where the drainage goes in here, if we can support, where we need concrete steel beams through here to mid spans, and then maybe a steel beam over to this part here. All the drainage from the suspended drainage under the slab doesn't have to go under the steel beam. It's on one side of the steel beam and goes out. So the ceiling can literally just miss, if the steel beam's 300 odd deep, and you've got 150 mil slab on top of it. You've got 450, the ceiling level is suspended on this side. That's it can just pass under the steel beam, and the drainage doesn't have to go under it or through it.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
We still have space for the drainage.
And that way we get away with 450 from ceiling to floor.
Yeah.
Great. He's the expert at that.
Got an expert out.
He can.
So that's pretty much the floor plan as I see it. Working it all out. These rooms in here, trying to get exactly. So once we get that dimension confirmed, exactly what it's going to be, that sits over the top. These are literally going to be equal there, and that's going to be an internal dimension of about 1 meter.
Internal,
Right, and then and all these walls are, I think that's metal stud and track, just allow 100 millimeter. Because they're going to be about, I think they're about, the stud and track here is about 93 or 94, 92, whatever it is.
The
metal studs,
We're still going to use metal studs here.
Everywhere.
We'll just have to waterproof the
everything. Well, that's only a toilet and stuff. But in the wet areas, I have some other details in mind. So when we do especially down here in the bottom one, so I'm thinking about, instead of stud and track down through here, because all the outside's going to be light panel, we can do on the wet walls. We can just use the 4-inch light panels
Okay. Yeah.
internally, and that
Right.
way that's better for the bathroom area for waterproofing. We can chase the pipes into that,
Yes.
hidden it all then, and then it's got a nice flat surface for tiling and waterproofing. And if there are any minor issues, however, it's not going to destroy the metal sliding track and pass it on.
Yes, that's
So same up here. We can
Same
do
there.
light panel through that. This is low risk because it's only the toilet at the back and the back. We can do metal slab and track there, waterproof the floor with a turn up, and then just put wet area like moisture resistant plasterboard.
Yeah.
In those.
But there's still a shower area for this.
No, that's just no shower. It's just a CR. So CR with a hand wash basin. That's it.
There's no need to waterproof the wall.
No, we can just waterproof the floor and upturn the skirting around, and then and it'll be the same because that'll be
One tiles.
that'll be just painted wall finish, and all we normally put in if we'll have a tiled floor, and then they have a tile skirting board, skirting tile around the bottom, and on top of the drywall, and it'll be just a painted wall in the center.
One more time,
Yeah,
so where are they going to do the shower? Here?
Yeah. Okay. So that's why the doors out here. So all 3 bedrooms share one bathroom in here. And the only reason I got the extra one because I've got 2 boys and a daughter.
Okay.
So she's going to be over here near her bathroom through there. They shower in here and do that. That's why I got double basin. So the boys don't argue with the girls.
Yeah.
And if somebody's having a shower or in the bathroom, as my daughter takes a long time, do whatever. If they need to use the bathroom, they got another bathroom. They go to the toilet.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I've got my toilet down here, and then we've got one outside here for when we're outside or entertaining or do whatever for guests to come out here. Because mostly if we're entertaining, we'll be drinking.
So what if you have a visitor? You want what's
No, so we'll be drinking or barbecuing out on the outdoor area.
They're going there.
We'll be all drunk and walking down.
So this is more on private only.
We'll be in the kitchen here. That's why the kitchen dining through is here, set up through the indoor outdoor. That's the indoor outdoor strip. It's all been designed around my lifestyle.
Okay.
So it's not about just building a house with some rooms in it or whatever. It's all about, well, how do we live? I know how we haven't been around a long time now. So I know how I live, what I want, all that sort of stuff. So the kitchen detail through there with walking. And so, this sliding door might have to change. I might do it just a single hinged glass door, the aluminium stuff door.
From the cardboard going to the kitchen.
It's a cardboard going to be glass door in there because that way that lines up with the beam for the steel beam through there. And that's like the passageway which defines the living area through here. Some bar stools across here. We can get, the groceries come in straight into the kitchen, straight into the pantry. A nice galley style pantry like this one, but bigger. And then straight into the dining room, straight into our fresco. This will be the outdoor wet bar. There'll be sink in here. This fridge will go out there when I get the new fridge here, and then this will be all bench space for barbecuing and pizzas and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the outdoor area sitting
tables,
here.
chairs.
Yeah. So that's the main floor, and this was the original concept when we did the style of houses with that look, that minimalistic look. Even though it said ensuite through there, louver style window in there, plenty of light. The main thing I like. That's why I put the big glass door. I like lots of natural light without the direct sunlight coming in. That's why the orientation of this house is good, because when we've got the east-west is more like this way, rather than just more facing north-south on the. And so the sunrise will be up here over this way. Okay. So the sidewall. So these windows on the side
above the
are all going to be highlight windows, like 600 deep by 5 foot, 6 foot wide. Above that highlights, or that highlight there's on the top, and then up first will be highlights on this side, highlights on that side, and then because there's new houses are going to be built at the back for privacy, highlight windows there, a bit bigger window here because it's not so big, and then you've got cross ventilation everywhere. Don't need too big if we've got cross ventilation, a bit of privacy.
What do you want for the window? The opening slide or awning?
I haven't confirmed yet. I'll say I've got. With the windows, I've been looking for ages, and there's a company I'm going to talk to about these windows. They've got. Let me just go my.
Katis ni ganun dyan plus way. Nandot nga ba siya gano'n?
Mas ganahan, igalupas. Mas dako ang opening sa hangin.
Correct.
Sa air. Sliding, you will only have 50%.
Yeah, most of them will be sliding.
Kwan ba ka ng maliwasay
So
bitaw?
this company here, they're in Cebu, and they do in Manila, and they're supposed to have an office opening in Davao. Windows and stuff. They do really good quality windows with the 1.62 millimeter frames.
Yeah.
Like that. See these that's the thin stuff he's talking about. So when you look that type of frame there.
Yeah, we can do
and
that.
it's flat. Yeah, but that's it. Now, this is the thin stuff. So even that, like that's thin. It's only like less than a millimeter, so like 0.8 of 0.7, 0.8 of a millimeter. So the other stuff we're looking is like 1.6 millimeter thick, twice that thick.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you see, there's something on their website. Oh, their pictures in it that shows the section details. So I've emailed these guys off. Might be on their website. They've got a website here. You want for that? That's all good.
Okay.
Options that I'm looking for on here is where we talked about that stone picture I sent you with that crazy stone that we're looking at for that pier. So that's the feature on the front facade and stone on the front through here. I'm in two minds whether or not that pier goes on this side or the wall goes on that side of the porch. So whether it's on this front here or something sits in here, I'm not sure yet how that one's going to look.
Yeah.
The parapet roof style is one option through there. The other option I'm leaning towards now as well, but to see it all in so instead of having the parapet with the flat roof, having the skill-in roof, and that gives us the opportunity to put a overhang with either that to then change the material for the front of this to the front. So that could be light panel on the ground floor, then we could use some WPC on the front of it because it'd be overlapped. So given that you're the architect doing these sort of things, I would sort of give it like a bit of creative license there to come up with something that's not super expensive, but can be simple to build, but gives that's great stuff.
Yeah. It can be just like what you say. Depends on the materials you can use.
Things like that. So with multi-level roofing through that with some highlights. I thought about that. Because this is the open TV area, so the room inside there and everything from there is a room back. That gives an opportunity for this square, like you can bulkhead the ceiling down for the hallway, but this open section, which will be from this part through here or the void, or even just from here, this TV area has the opportunity to raise a ceiling up maybe 300 or 400 millimeters and give us some roof characteristics or something like that. So there's some options there about how to go around that. I know obviously I can see it all in my head, but it'd be nice to see it. Honestly, nice to see it on a model where then I can show it to Goldie and the kids can see it, and because I can imagine what I would like to do that, and also trying to minimise, trying to do it on a budget, not blow the budget too much. But given that we'd like to do something. So there's some of the styles, you can see on there, these roofs with eaves. I'm not too fussed about having. Because all these ones you've got through here have WPC panels and stuff like that in the soffites, which they're quite expensive.
We have PVC panels for ceilings,
PVC
much cheaper than the WPC.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you had those in the house that we looked at. Some of the things I see there because you put the channel along the wall and then you put all the panels in and whatever, then you got rivets. So some of the other things I look at, I could show you on the computer. I'll see if I can get some pictures. Actually, I might have them on my other phone. I'll have a look. Construction details. So if we do with the soffites, instead of doing those, we can use like Hardy Flex.
Okay.
With that, because that's what we use in Australia for our soffites. Hardy Flex. Build the metal frame for the eaves for the soffites. Put the Hardy Flex in there. Screw all that in so it's smooth finish. And we normally put like a little square timber mould around the perimeter, fix that in and party up, and it's all just painted in clean line. Clean lines.
Also, architect, he wants in the working drawings, he wants to specify the brand.
Yeah, when we get to the concept and the drawings, we can get the look and feel, and then I can decide how we want to build it with what materials.
Yeah.
Because as I say, once we get the design, what we're going to be using, I envisage I'm going to write up a full specification of everything that's going to say. So I've picked out most of the materials, most of the product, everything, budgets, even basins, tapwares, toilets, showers, everything. If I don't know the exact one I've got, from what I've seen, I know what things cost. I'm going to put a PC sum. So I'll say, like, toilets, they'll be like 12,000 a toilet, 5,000 for a basin mixer. There'll be that much for, there'll be a budget for each of these things. Everything there, I know what model cooktop and what model oven I'm having and what model dishwasher and what model fridge and all that sort of stuff and what model toilets. I have all that.
Specified.
Everything will be detailed.
But after that, on the concept. So
we do the concept. So
we'll make the concept.
So when we decide like what look we want, then with we talk about the eave, then I can specify, I can sketch up, I can do the details about saying, well, this is how we're going to detail this, is how we're going to detail this, this is where this junction detail is going to be. So because lots and lots of detail sketches, I can do a quick hand sketch, then you can translate that to architectural details
that would be nice.
With product and dimensions on it and stuff like that. So
that's sounds good.
So that way we get everything planned, everything's worked out, everything's designed first, so we know what we need, what we get. I can go ahead. What you need to do is a bill of materials for your budget cost for the contract. When we get the plans, I'll go and do my bill of materials as well. Then we can look at, and that gives us a full detail that we can, because some of these products, like the light panel stuff, lead times to get material to site and doing it, because all the concrete slab poured at once too, or the columns poured, the concrete, all that's going to be ready mixed with trucks and pumps coming in. So
what's the very important is the communication. How the project management will do along the way.
We can do a construction program in a spreadsheet, stuff like that. Just map out all the months across there from days, all the tasks. What's happened on what days, what tasks. Obviously rain can change all that. Weather can change and supply materials, but we know what's the lead time on getting those light panels. If it takes 3 weeks to get, we've got to order that 5 weeks in advance.
Although it will not 100% will follow, but we have a guide.
It's a guide.
So it's a guide.
It's a guide. We know, are we ahead of schedule or are we behind schedule?
It's a reminders on us. Also to architect, it doesn't mean that he ends up the permit and he also involved.
That's right.
For the details, for the size, everything.
So we just So when we're talking about the architectural plan after the design details done, we got to when we talk about these beams and steel beams in, we've got to source supplier, we've got to see what the lead times are, get the cost of all those things. How's it going to work into the construction working and the detail and all that sort of stuff. So we know what everything's happening. We know the dimensions of everything we're happening, and then we just got to make it happen on site.
Because that also the protection me as a builder, and then your instruction will be you should set instruction, but also sign with architect.
We'll make the detail. So for the contractor to follow. The builder to follow the details. Everything will do that.
So we are very flexible, and then we are very excited on this, sir. Okay, go ahead.
So that's, I hope you've got a clear picture of the options. I said, this from there is sort of like options. That sort of stuff. Stone tier, but that sort of feature, that sort of depth and character of the front facade, that modernity, that pictures I showed you of that, artistic licenses in your hands, and see what we can do to make it nice without blowing, spending extra millions on facade treatments.
Okay.
But they'll make it more.
There's things because like WPC panels aren't expensive, and you can clad those. I'm okay, like I said, even some of the first floor parts, because everybody builds here with hollow block or concrete and do whatever, and that's the worst way to build in a tropical climate because of the thermal mass. So you don't want that. So if we need to on the front where we're talking metal frames and do that sort of stuff, we don't even have to have light panels good because it's insulated, right? That's why I want to do that. But worst case, if we've got metal frame trap, we can wrap it with foil wrap. Put rock wool in the walls. We can create cavity through there, put some top hat buttons around the outside, and we can use light panel or wood, like WPC wood type panelings as feature claddings, and it's lightweight up top. And it's still thermally insulated, and you don't have any thermal mass fall once the sun goes down.
Yeah.
So that's cheap, half the price of hollow blocks.
But
Yeah,
I would like to clarify the AAC you're going to put on the outside exterior.
Yes, yes.
The light metal frames will be inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we said that I sent these on to, so that's the kitchen detail. So when we talk about the kitchen into the walk-in pantry, this is the dimensions of the kitchen through there with the cabinet sizes. So there'll be wall oven tower. That's exactly as you said, setting up for that. The window through there, that can be changed or whatever. So that's the dimension. So oven, microwave space, the height of the kitchen. So I think about 2,300. And this was the other thing I wanted to do too, I've got to think about. So when we do all this ceiling through here, the flat one, in the width of the kitchen through here and out to the front of that, right, there, that will be bulkhead. Right, so this ceiling height in all this area will be 2.6.
Okay.
This ceiling height through here will be 2.3 to the top of the kitchen. Right?
So
we've got
drop
three,
ceiling,
like that.
sort of like that, but a bit higher than that because over here, because each of the rooms, so my bedroom here, upstairs in the 1, 2, 3 bedrooms and the living area will have all these split system air cons, right? But this is a larger area through here and splits don't do it, and I hate those towers in the corner of the room and all that sort of stuff. They're noisy and whatever. So you can get, they can make them, LG make them, Panasonic make them, the HV, the slim duct air conditioning, which will sit above here. We can put an access panel in through here to get to it. Suspended off the bottom of the slab, slim up there. So we'll have like a slim vent.
The blower here.
Out into the living room, and it's just like the hotel rooms. Put it in there, and then the outdoor unit for those can sit somewhere out the back here.
How about here in the dining? No.
Well, that'll all be that unit will be sized to suit this because that store can be closed. I haven't mentioned yet, but all this open area through that unit will be sized for that floor space. Because then you've got this floor space up the top, which you've got open void here. So all the cool air. If we put a split system up here, like that's a 2.5 horsepower, so you might need a 3 horsepower up here. All that cold air is going to run down, go straight down the void into here as well. When it's closed up. So or not run that, but keep this cool in here. But it's going to, like I said, with the light panel around the outside, drywall on the inside, lightweight, slab over the top, it's going to be quite cool down there. We've got no direct sunlight from the fronts and the backs. Sunlight's coming through here. We get blocked by the White House on that side. The afternoon sun will be blocked by the White House over through there. It's quite, because you look, I did all this work out when I put the washing machine in. So when you look at the site, so that's the site looking up through there at the moment. That's right.
This should be the White House.
So that's the White House there, kind of the driveway up coming through there. So this direction out, straight out through there, that's 115 degrees east. Right, so I'd worked out. So that's where where your north point is. And I said, I thought that.
You did that on what's the resources that you
can use a compass.
compass?
To there, But so because I had to do that like this is how you can see how anal I am about doing everything in detail. I'll give you an example. So when I put this washing machine in, like Christmas time, I only do this at Christmas, right? So I couldn't leave a washing machine out there outside, and then because the morning sun comes up there until the morning sun gets up. And then the EVO then blocks it in, so it's just going to get damaged in the sun, right? So that's why I got a window guy that we use for this. I got him to put the louvers in around there, right? But I didn't want the louvers like overlapping, so it was dark. Right? You see how there's a little bit of gap? So when we did the shape of the louver, which goes like that, so that was about 43 millimeters, and that was at whatever that distance was up through there. I wanted the next one to go. So the distance between that and that, right?
Still have a little.
And how far do we come up? All this stuff. So when I'm sitting on the balcony with my camera, I go, right, so where is 115 degrees? So I said, right, the sun goes in the winter to the summer. So from June to December, the winter solstice and summer solstice goes from 67 degrees until I think 100 and something degrees there. And it goes like that. So there's a website you can get with sun.org which shows you the path of the
Sun orb.
sun. Shows you the path of the sun. So in the way it comes up in the morning at 67 degrees there, and then comes up from over this way, and then like goes over that side, and then goes over that side through that way. So I say, well, then you've got trees over there, and you've got that big factory building, and so essentially 6 degrees inclination up there before actually the sun goes over the building and hits my wall. So I had to work out. So I work out between there at that distance to that distance. I've got the measurement for that, the 45 millimeter there. What 6 degrees incline through there before the sun hits, so that I don't get any sunlight coming through my washing machine, and work it out. And I tell him that's the spacing I want for all my louvers. So that's how much detail, everything's to the millimeter. Right? Yeah, we work millimeters. We work within millimeters, and
Not centimeter, not meter.
I know walls. I said my bathroom in there when you talked about Filipino standard building, because this building was built, I think, probably almost 20 years ago now, from the original people who owned Kingston. And you took the hollow block. I know when we built the Padgett, I could see walls that are like an inch out of square, an inch out of one of the hollow blocks. That builder there, it's like a parallelogram. It's an inch and a quarter out of square. And even the walls, they were it's just crazy. But you look at the balcony, you're in the balcony when we're doing the floor, there used to be, like I said, this mirror door. So this was a door and a window, and up here was the same as a window, and then another door, and that's how I originally had it. And then you can see the tiles coming, the original tiles that came in on each floor, right? So they're the same level. Right? But then the tile's supposed to be level down to the wall, right? By the time we got to here, when we knocked this wall out, when we got to this spot,
it's different level.
The tile height there is an inch difference.
So what you did?
I had to make the floor transition for it, and I wasn't going to jackhammer up all the tiles and do it. So we took the tiles off there and counted the cement back to about here, and then I skin coated with cement from the top of the tiles, created a little ramp a meter all the way up to here. And so we have a little transition. You don't hardly notice it. When we took the tiles off, it gave us another 8 millimeters or so. So we were down to about 16, 17 millimeters. And I ramped the 17 millimeters over 3 meters just to give us a little bit. And then going back that way to the bed, because there's a hollow here as well. So we had to ramp that back down into the bedroom as well. Crazy. So, but that's the challenges of doing it in an existing building. When we're doing from new, like I said the other day, the key is this whole slab, this whole concrete slab there will be poured after. So we do the foundations. So what I'm incorporating, I was talking to Jasper the other day about. So if we're doing, I think the one.
You give that to me, but you can memorize that.
Yeah. So pretty much where we're talking about, a concrete pad through here, so where we're doing the columns, where you do subterranean, patternless toxic chemicals they used to use. They banned them in Australia back in the 90s. Like
home tricks, something like that.
About 40 years ago in Australia, they banned all that. And they used to use these other chemicals which wear out in about 5 years, because they're water-based chemicals, not all the toxic shit they used to. So now, in the last 30-odd years, they've got new stuff come out. So they have all these different, and there's dozens and dozens of different products. But I'm going to get these from Australia. My friend owns a pest company in Australia. He's going to bring them out. So these are collars that go around the pipes, because when the concrete shrinks, when it cures, it shrinks away, it creates a little gap between. That's where the termites come in. The gaps. So a properly vibrated slab, you vibrate that slab through there. They can't chew through the concrete, right? So that's the physical barrier. But you've got to stop going there. They have these things that clamp around the pipe, and they get embedded. That's the entire perimeter. And it gets embedded into the concrete slab with little ribbons on them and stuff, or termi mesh, stainless steel meshes and stuff that the termites can't get through. And they go on all the pipes through the slab, and then you vibrate the whole slab. And what they do is round the perimeter, and you can get them here in the Philippines. So round the perimeter of the slab, they lay a pipe under the ground.
A perforated pipe.
Yeah, so they call it a reticulated system. And then they can, every 5 years or so, you just dose it with the chemicals, saturate the ground under the ground. So even once the concrete goes in for the driveway and the pathways and all that, that's all under there. You have injection points. They just go around with the injection points, pour the chemical in to saturate the ground. And every 5 years or so, and keeps the termites away. And there's also when they dry run, you leave. So once we put the light panel on the outside edge to the perimeter, you leave at least 100 millimeters of the concrete slab edge exposed. So anything, even if the termites come over, they forces them to come out because they've got to build their mud trails along the outside to avoid the light to get into where they come in through there. You keep that physical around. So you don't put gardens against it. You don't do any of that, and that's your physical barrier. Where you see it, you'll see mud trails go up your wall if you start to see any termites coming.
Yeah.
So you can spray again. Keeps them away. So that could be the termite protection.
Yeah. You can do it.
We can.
Yeah, because there's one. I think there's the what was the one? Mapion, is that the guy? The termite guys here?
Mapicon.
Yeah, they've got a branch in CDO and they do reticulated systems.
Yeah.
So I've seen them on through there. So we did check.
Yeah, iso ni lastimosa ba? Prepare with the
I would still do a chemical spray on under the slab first. That's like set the foundation. It'd be right under the slab even there, but we'll install that for longevity.
Yeah.
And the collars on the pipes. So there's only going to be like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We did it in some of our projects in Europa.
Okay.
Different company, not Mapicon.
You got other companies do it? We can get a price from a company.
Yeah,
More than one do it. Yeah, I said these are you could rely on you guys because
much cheaper. Much cheaper than Mapicon.
Yeah,
Then Mapicon is a lot of issue right now.
Yeah, well they're a national company, so they charge more. So if they can get the same product locally,
we have local companies here doing the same.
Yeah.
They're not directly like the perforated pipe directly there. They do it. So that our client can put it in 2-3 years. Just put the chemical inside it.
Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah.
Because here in Uptown, the anay is the termites is very aggressive.
If they can't get in your house, they go next door. I've done a lot of termite damage repairs in Australia, and that's some of what they do. Is just but that's it. So given we've got the light panel, metal stud and track. The only timber that's going to be in the house is the doors and the door jambs, and the timber cabinetry in the kitchen. But all that's going to be laminate kitchen like this, which is all formaldehyde. They don't eat that stuff, right? You just can't use standard plywood and stuff because I'll eat it all out. So, but all that's got formaldehyde glue in it, and they don't eat it. So, you can always replace a skirting board or a door jamb, but you can't get them in anywhere else.
So, architect, what can you say about this project? How can you recognize? I mean, categorize this one. Is it a premium? Is it a standard or Australian? Australian
standard. It's on above the standard of Philippine.
Oh yeah.
So
more on.
This isn't even like this is just standard Australian. It's not even elite like upper level Australian.
So that you will know how to draw that one.
On the plans that we make, we will really put it the details.
So when let's get the concept right. So you model the layout and do we like the look of it all? Like so that's what this first stage is all about.
Yes.
And then when we agree on the design, we go to that's the elevation we want. That's the style we want. Then we can go to the next way, get all the architectural details done. And that's when we'll sit down. We'll talk about millimeter dimensions and details, the structural elements.
We'll do the concept first.
Just
schematic.
No, exactly right. So get all that with the proportions are right and the room sizes are all right. As I said, because I've seen so many, and we've lived in so many houses over the last 18 years here in Gooser and all the other subdivisions, Xavier Estates, and the room layouts and the shapes of rooms and the widths of rooms are just so horrible. You can't furnish them.
So what do you want architect to aside from the already fee the acceptance fee, and then aside, do you have any documents you need to?
As of now, we just need the title.
The title is already. I
already plot it the title. I already have it. For now, that would be enough.
Okay. You can always message me if you need any. If you have any questions during the layout process.
Do you want the dimension actual in that building or is it
because it will be demolished? It will be demolished.
Okay.
So no need.
So we will follow the title. What's in the
not the title. It's enough. So
Okay.
just like that, if I have any questions, I'll just message you guys
Mm-hmm.
to clarify. So for now, Can I have? I'll just take a picture of this.
No, no,
Okay.
I can give you all these because they're
I-
drawn. What I do is I'll just
I'll just take it, sir.